Lou Prophet, born and bred in the warm and humid climes of North Georgia, were rattling from the cold. He couldn't feel his toes inside his high-topped fur-lined moccasins. True, the Georgia mountain winters could be cold, but not like this. He thought he could feel the temperature plummeting like a bucket down an empty well. His breath frosted in the air before his face, freezing in the bristles of his nearly 2 weeks' worth of sandy beard. Louisa turned to him slowly. Slowly, she blinked her long, cat-like hazel eyes. "2 things we know for sure haven't frozen off you, Lou." "Oh? What 2 things are that, pray tell?" Prophet gave her a lusty smile. "Keep it clean, Miss Bonaventure. This ain't the time nor the place for your farm talk." "Your vocal cords." Prophet shrugged with chagrin. "Well, shit, I just know how you get when the devils we find ourselves on the trails of have killed women or children. And, when these devils robbed that bank over Wyoming way, well, let's just not talk about it. I'm sorry I even brought it up, consarn my big mouth anyway. They kidnapped 2 young female tellers and held on to them, using them for their pleasure until they tired of them and tossed them away along the trail like used-up airtight tins, but not without cutting their throats first." Prophet ground his molars. "Damn my big mouth anyway." "You go around back," Louisa said. "There must be a back door since there's a privy back there. I'll wait here until I see you're in position. Then I'll head on down the butte and go in the front. Like a proper lady." Louisa sighed tolerantly as she continued staring down her carbine's barrel. "That sounds all right to me, but don't you start thinking I'm a backdoor sort of fella." Prophet grinned at her. Louisa cast him a dull stare. He used to get that look from the schoolmarm back home, on the rare occasion he'd attended classes, that was. He was usually admonished with such a look after he'd slipped a snake into the girl's privy, or had brought an old, dangerous blunderbuss to school to shoot squirrels during recess, or sundry other misdeeds his pa would later haul him out to the woodshed for. Only the schoolmarm hadn't been half or even a quarter as easy on the eyes as Louisa was, and she hadn't cut as fine a figure as Louisa did either, though Prophet had to admit he'd never seen Mrs. Hempel in a snug pair of Levi's or a skin-tight pair of boys'-sized long handles like the ones Louisa tended to wear in cooler climes, under her Levi's and tight wool shirts. Not that he would have wanted to see Mrs. Hempel in those clothes. Louisa, on the other hand, he could stare at all day and all night, especially when she wasn't wearing anything at all. Now he returned her flat, incriminating stare, trying not to imagine how she might look later standing before that popping hearth down there, the fire silhouetting her willowy, high-busted, round-hipped body, and shrugged. "All right. I can see you're losing patience with this old rebel, Miss Starchy Bloomers," Prophet said, "so I won't tarry any longer." "Good." Prophet leaned forward and planted a kiss on her peach-colored right cheek, enjoying the warmth, the smoothness, and the softness of her skin. "You just be careful, understand, Miss Starchy Bloomers. Without you, this old Confederate would be a drunkard and a fool totally unmoored." "We wouldn't want that to happen," Louisa said, rolling her eyes. Prophet crabbed backward down the hill. When he was nearly to where Louisa's pinto and his own horse, the appropriately named Mean and Ugly, stood tied inside a fringe of bur oaks and cedars at the base of the butte,